Green Arrow issue 4, Joshua Williamson writing and Sean Isaacs on the art.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
That's a fair request.
I get it.
I vaguely remember Parallax Hal Jordan showing up at the end of the last issue. When I saw him here, I was like, oh yeah, I think that happened at the end of the last one.
Yeah, and we're in the future, and then there's Brick in a club, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, Brick in the club's not in the future though.
It's not. No, that's
in the present. But yeah, we get references to 0 Hour and Final Night and all this other stuff. Why? I don't know. Because Ollie is determined to break up the family because of something bad happening.
So Oliver in the future, or in a different timeline, or whatever, made a deal with this Parallax to keep his family apart, because if they don't, there'll be another Coast City, but in Star City instead, right? And the end of this issue is our Oliver ends up in this post-apocalyptic Star City, and then I think old future Oliver shows up at the end, because he's been there the entire time. And he's grown old there, so that's the cliffhanger. But meanwhile, Dinah and Roy are looking for information, and they go to the club and they talk to Brick. And more importantly, they're there to find Cheshire. Right. So because it's Leon's her daughter too. And, because of timey-wimey stuff, I just, man, this just bums me out. I love the Green Arrow section they called her
DC.
They called her Jade. Right? Which obviously is Cheshire, but I immediately, because her outfit's kind of similar, I just immediately thought of Mortal Kombat. Because... and I'm not even a Mortal Kombat guy. I don't play fighting games, but... the image popped in my head.
The art's still really, really good in this book. The two-page fight between, Ollie and Hal being with no powers and no bow. Just that sequence, that's a lot of fun to read. Shut your brain off and don't care about the story. Fun to read, but the art of it it's a great little visual couple of pages.
The middle of this book is basically Parallax lets Hal Jordan see Dinah and Roy at the bar and getting into a fight. But he's not really there. He's just kind of like a ghost watching kind of thing. And so we get some of the plot, but we also have this. Cheshire finds out that her kid's involved, because I actually forgot about the other ones trapped in the future, because we eventually go to the Legion of Superheroes, and it's like, Connor Hawke in Shoes, right? Yeah. Obviously Leanne, but Shoes is a more fun name. But I'm like, Legion, and they're talking about stuff, and the whole thing here is like, we can't travel through time, that's illegal. But then they point out, well, someone's already messing up the timeline by traveling, so shouldn't you travel to arrest them and stop them? And it's like, I'm like, yeah, that's Time Cop, baby. Where's Van Damme? Let's get some Time Cop action going here. Honestly, my big thing about this book, and nothing is more emblematic of it than when I just turn the page and we're with the Legion of Superheroes. And this is not a knock against the Legion. Green Arrow is not the comic book where I want to turn the page and see people talking to Legion of Superheroes. That's what you do with one of the Super Family, maybe. You do cosmic stories with them. I don't want time travel stories with the Green Arrow team. I want them fighting more low-key crime in the city.
Here's the thing.
Street level.
I could even be okay and see a specific Green Arrow book that's cosmic, playing through his Green Lantern connection and friendship.
Sure.
I can see you kind of almost do hard traveling heroes, but this time other way around, where they're both off planet. I can see that book.
Time traveling heroes. That's what this was. This is what this is.
But this was shit.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they go and reference hard traveling heroes, again, I like that. But this is Williamson doing the member berries thing again.
Yeah, so he references a lot of stuff in this issue. Yeah, like the entire, and don't get me wrong, doing the recap of the friendship so that for context of the comic is fine. Like I get that, but it is but it's really on the nose. Where he's like, we were traveling hard, and I'm like, no one would ever say that. That you're saying it that way because the story was, or the period was called Hard Traveling Heroes.
Right.
That is an unnatural line of dialogue. There's no two ways about it.
Dusty Rhodes' Hard Time promo and put it over the art, because it still would have, right? Like, it still matches, but you know, they went through the hard times, baby. So I wasn't, but this book bums me out just because I want to read a Green Arrow book, and I've been chasing the high of Green Arrow Year One, which I'm a big fan of,
and
Lemire's Green Arrow,
and Percy's Run, no.
And Percy's Run, but the two that I always hold up as like my favorite Arrow stories are Year One by Diggle and Jock, and then Lemire's.
Lemire and Sorrentino. I'm a big fan of the Kevin Smith stuff personally. I think that's a lot. It's a little bit more mired in continuity than those other two.
Yeah,
it's a very good book as well.
But those ones. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, I like Percy's Rebirth run. I liked Year One, and I've not read the actual run, but I read the first story of the Mike Grell stuff, which obviously is a bit more dated, but I kind of like for how gritty and grimy it was. It kind of felt like a different era. And in the same way that when you read Batman Year One, it doesn't necessarily feel like modern Batman, but it's this is kind of cool because this is like from this tougher era kind of thing.
But what I think about all the ones that we are enjoying is it is more grounded style, because at the end of the day, Green Arrow is just a brighter version of Batman, right? He has the gadgets and the money and all of this other stuff, but he wears a bright green suit, right? And he's, Oliver Queen is kind of a smartass that, talks way more smack. And I don't feel like we're getting into that. We're getting this weird cosmic reality jumping, and it's just not working. The tone... Yeah, despite Williamson's best efforts, just aren't working.
I know Green Arrow does have some villains like Vertigo who are a bit more over the top, but like I kind of think of Green Arrow as having less of a rogues gallery and more, he fights corrupt billionaires, he fights thugs, he fights, again, more normal things. Whereas Batman, when he starts with that, but the whole, Batman's whole thing is that it turns into Joker, Two-Face, Riddler, all these big, larger than life characters.
Yeah. Brick is essentially like a Kingpin-esque character that just has, brick-styled skin, So at the end of the day, he's still doing street-level, thug type stuff.
I mean, let's be honest, he's
works.
just Green Arrow's blockbuster. That's just what he is.
Well, yes,
he is. Yeah.
But he's more fun because he's red. All right.
I don't know if I agree that he's more fun. Like blockbuster.
I think he's more fun. I like Brick. I think Brick, and he was also, wasn't he Vinnie Jones on Arrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so.
I didn't even realize that's who he played.
Yeah.
I probably did at the time because they called him Brick.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember that.
No, we made fun of it at the time. Don't worry.
Yeah. So like
Juggernaut and Brick. What a career that man has led.
Yes.
Icon.
He is. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Joshua Williamson, you have failed this city. Yeah. So Green Arrow. I mean, it's an easy, quick read, which is probably why we're all still doing it just to talk about it. But it's not good. It's not what we want from Green Arrow. It's a bit of a train wreck. So, hey, what are you giving it, Connor?
I give it a 4, and that's probably dragging it up like a full point just for the art being really nice.
Okay, Matt,
you ready for this? You ready? It's a 5.
Wow. Yeah. I must have hated this book.
God. You think it, fondled his wife with a score like that? Jeez. 5 out of 10. Yeah, I'll agree with the 4, but I'm not going to do it too dramatic here.